Yeah, so we made it by literally a couple of minutes. 1.5 years ago on Vo-Gus prospecting. What's up guys, Chris here from Vo-Gus Prospecting. If you're new to the channel, a big warm welcome, and if you're an old multi-hat like this one, welcome back. Today we're processing some high-grade alluvial wash. This is a spot just behind me here. Now this is an erosion ditch and it was caused by that big tree over there. That big tree during the flood, it basically diverted water and caused this to be dug out. This dirt is extremely rich. I'm going to show you a pan so you have an idea of how much gold is actually in that soil. And then I'm going to start classifying it down so we can start running it through the multi-sluice. It is very low light this morning, so it's kind of hard to show you all the specks, but there's about 100 specks of micro gold in there, and what you can see, or at least what I can see on the screen here, is heaps and heaps of the larger pieces. So for one unclassified pan, that's a fairly good take. So here's what we're going to do to get the best benefit before the massive thunderstorm rolls through this afternoon. We're going to take this sieve, put this dirt through that sieve in a stockpile of pay right there, and then set the multi-sluice up over here somewhere to run that pay through in one big hit. But enough wasting time, let's get to it. So just a slight change of plan. The camera's probably not going to focus on the thing that's behind me, which is a ginormous storm. For the first time in months, Australia is finally getting some rain and some relief for the bushfires, which is fantastic, but it's not so good for what I'm doing today. So I'm running out of time. The storm front's going to hit around 8:30 in the morning. That's about 20 minutes away. So what we're going to do, instead of setting up the multi-sluice, which would take more time, I'm just going to run it through my pan, and with a little bit of luck, we'll be able to process the dirt that I screened down. I didn't classify down overly much dirt. We only got maybe about 10 or so classified pans worth done. And it has to be noted that these rocks still have dirt on them, and that means that I'm going to have to come back at some point and wet wash these things so I can get all the little gold that's still on them. And this is our pay dump. There's gold in there. Hey Grizz, hey, enjoying that thunder, buddy? You doing alright? The panning method you see me using here is very different to the panning method I would normally use. This was me trying to work out a method that beginners could use on the creek for the first time without getting too frustrated. And it's very simple. All you do is stratify the material and then push the top stuff off every so often. And by the end of it, you'll be left with a handful of concentrates that you can go home and then practice your panning on. This eliminates the need for learning how to wash back the dirt on the creek and allows you to collect a lot of concentrates fast your first time out. I'm going to put the camera in the car because this storm's about to hit. Not bad, 10 pans, 16 minutes. Yeah, so we made it by literally a couple of minutes. You reckon, Grizz? We'll go home and finish this up? I suppose I better answer the question that pretty much everyone is going to ask, which is why I hadn't released this video in a year and a half. And the answer is pretty simple. At the time, I had been cut short by a thunderstorm, which means I didn't have that many video clips and I had a lot of other videos to release at the time, so it just got put on the back burner. Fern, you want to go find this stuff? You want to help me? A year and a half in the making, and we're finally going to wash this potato down. So this is the concentrates from 10 pans using that hand scraping method, and we're going to wash it off in the old disgustingly moldy tub. You guys would be absolutely amazed at how much dirt, buckets, pans and snuffer bottles I've got just lying around doing nothing. It's an absolute nightmare to remember what goes where sometimes. Now this spot was quite near the mustard pit, so I am kind of expecting a lot of fine gold. Actually, we're even just starting to see some of it come out at the very back of this pan. That is a good sign. Look at the ironstone too, freaking loaded. Alright, we've got all kinds of black sand, we've got all kinds of ironstone coming out in it, so we're going to spin this back, see what we got for just 10 pans. Man, that's a lot of black sand. Ooh, damn. Look at that. There is a nice ring of fine gold coming out at the top of that. Look at that. That is some flour gold. Now this was one of my spots that ended up setting a record for me panning. I pulled over 1.5 grams, including a nugget, in one panning session in exactly the same spot. And this was the day that I went out and I test panned. That is a fantastic result. This is our result from the 1.5 year long cleanup next to a Clash Guitars pick for a bit of scale. And I had completely forgotten just how fine the gold was on that creek. Look at it. But now it's time to get this on the scales. There is a fair amount of fine flour gold here, so I'm hoping for at least 1/4 gram, but I'm going to aim a little higher, 0.295. Climb, baby, climb. 0.267, that is pretty good. 0.267 grams of gold is worth $7.37. Yeah, okay, so see how I had that set to 9 carat? It's actually worth $19.66, and I just had not had my morning coffee when I filmed this. Australian at the time of recording, and that was just from 10 pans, which means every single pan was giving me about... Once again, this part's wrong, I get $1.90 per pan, not 73 cents. 73 cents, which is pretty damn good going. Well, that has neatly brought me to the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to get back to editing one of these mammoth episodes. It's going to be a big one, so if you don't want to miss out on that episode, please consider hitting that subscribe button. And until next time, peace, and I'm out.